Now the group have finally found Hermit, one of the four shining stars, and Ivory told them that that's her favorite spot, but something wasn't right about this because she actually sensed something was wrong as they actually retrieved her and put her into a medical section where they actually sense something actually is wrong with her as she's frozen, just staring at the stars and frozen. In which actually heard about what happened, in which she doesn't have any wounds, nor her systems isn't broken or have any errors, in which we don't know what is wrong with her, even though her ether drives is undamaged and her her motor and sound engines are actually normal. But there's no signs of viruses either. However, that's when that's when Ivory come with a hint that it could be an abnormal sleeping condition. In other words, her mind and soul have been damaged, which that could mean something is actually is hurting her. Because androids don't actually have the understanding of the concept of a mind and soul, which the only way to fix Hermit is when she can actually say they had to go inside of her and try to fix her soul, which she actually thought she could be sleeping, so he thought that fixing her soul can actually help, which everybody thought that go inside of her could be unprecedented or actually not right. However, there is one thing that Witch can actually do is do a dive stage, which her soul is actually somewhere on planet Digitalis, which that actually means by the word dive state, which herself, which Hermit's spirit is actually in a digital world, which she always been dreaming, and that is when Ivory told them that Digitalis is actually a virtual space, which is actually is a planet in which we actually seen a planet made out of digital code, like a computer code in a computer screen, which they call it the supervisual planet Digitalis. And that is when they say that a planet whose physical form cannot be escaped, which they actually knew that Hermit is actually in there. However, they cannot actually enter Digitalis with their physical bodies because that won't actually work. So, in order for them to enter Digitalis, they had to go inside the drive stage being digitized. Well, that actually meant it's also like an online game, meaning that it's actually like a role playing game, like a like a fantasy game, like how players dress up in costumes and then play the medieval games, both visual like card games or digital like computer games. And that's how they're actually going to go inside of Digitalis, which there were actually numerous times of that incident actually happens. However, which actually told them that diving itself into the Digitalis pose a considerable risk, but that can actually means that the NPC is actually could be a self-aware because that game is going to become too unbalanced in the management teams or actually left it alone. However, it actually meant they actually live on their own occurs. It's kind of like a movie reference to that game, in which Hermit loves to play that game. She always has, which she still log into Digitalis. So, what that actually means is they can actually go inside of Digitalis. Just like how they play VR games and they actually can know the risk and they decide to go there. Inside of the dive room, they all actually been put into a virtual suits, which I actually thought they might actually put on VR headsets, in which the ones who are actually going to get Hermit are Shiki, Rebecca, Reese, Homura, Happy, and Pixno, which Ivory and Musco decide to stay behind while they actually going to emit their powers, in which they actually told them that the damage they'll actually receive, they're actually going to take it on their physical bodies, which means that every time they actually get hurt in the digital world, they get hurt in the real world. Kind of sound like a movie reference that I'm actually getting to it, which they actually going inside of Digitalis, as which commenced the diving sequence. They actually went into Digitalis, and when they actually get inside, they actually had to create their own avatars. Like they actually creating their avatars, whether a humans or a species or a robot or any other they can actually imagine. In which Shiki decides to create his own avatar, and we actually knew it would be a long time before he actually can create his own. But when we actually went inside of Digitalis, is actually a medieval version of a village, and Rebecca and Happy actually dressed up dressed up as their avatars, in which they actually been encountered by one of the avatars who was actually riding on a thing from Rave Master, in which we actually knew he could be trouble. So we're actually going to find out what's going to happen. Now, they did actually find Hermit, but she actually trapped inside of a world called Digitalis. And they actually decided to go inside and go to the Digitalis, like a virtual game, and try to receive her. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I thought it could be like a virtual game where they put on headsets and to be now I'm one for gaming, but I think this actually could be a gaming for the future. Like when they put on VR suits, and I am hoping they actually put on VR headsets with the suits. And I actually, be honest, I'm actually liking this chapter because we finally get to see a gaming manga arc in there. So I kind of hoping that we're gonna see how Shiki and the others will look like in the with their avatars, because we're already seeing Rebecca and Happy's avatars. So we're gonna see what the rest of their avatars will look like. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment on what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guys right here saying sign out. Laters!